Hi there, this is Leo. Hoping you're well, and I'm going to be getting right into it today and talking about some things that I've experienced on my journey that may be of use to you. Now, what you're going to start to see over the next few emails is me sharing my experience when I joined the Ultimate Growth Academy. And just some things that I think are going to help you on your journey and determining, is this for you, what you can expect, and what we can do to help you. So at this point, you have seen the free video series with James and Matt that are guiding you through this amazing online space and how in a very short amount of time you can set up your own business as an affiliate marketer and you can start generating revenue really quickly. The key to that is, of course, learning the skill sets. Now, if for any reason you haven't seen those workshop videos, maybe one or two of them ended up in your spam, your junk mail, your promotions, please be sure to go back and see those. There are 5 workshop videos in total, and they really lay down and explain everything. Now, what I'm going to be covering in this video, you're still at a point where you're not sure if you're going to move forward with this. And typically the reasons that I see people hesitating to move forward with, there's usually 2 or 3 reasons that I'm going to talk about each of those today. The first one is that, and I felt all these at the beginning, but I worked through them. And the first one, and I think it's normal, is that, is this real? Is it a scam? I'm fearful of it. And while I sympathize with that and I understand it, I think at this point, James, Matt, and even myself, we just put it out as it is. We make ourselves very accessible. I've already invited you to jump onto a Zoom call with me so that we can meet in person if you are serious about this. I sent you out my calendar. So what I would say is that if, you need to get over that. You need to get past that if you really want to make change in your life. And, there's 101 things that could prevent you from taking that next step. Ultimately, how badly do you want to make change in your life? What brought you into this space? And that will ultimately determine if you're going to push through that or not. But I can say hands down, once I get into the space, and I was still a little bit concerned about that part of it, but once I became a member of the UGA, I could see within days, one day, that this was the real thing. I actually put a post in the Facebook group and I'm saying I'm home. I feel like I'm home. I've been looking for this for so long. So, try and push through that one, because it's going to hold you back if you allow it to. And I really want you to move forward on this. The second one for me was time. I really wasn't sure if I had enough time to do it. I was working full time. And I wasn't sure if I could do that. And let me just reassure you, if you can figure out how to spend 1 hour a day on these training modules, that's all you need to do. It's broken down piece by piece by piece. It's self-learning, where you have full access to the training modules, and you can take it at your own pace. And I found that was easy to do. I just made it real easy and got up an hour earlier. And I was motivated to do that because I wanted to learn. And that worked really fine for me. I took the modules nice and slowly. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I had them completed in 6 weeks, website designed, everything ready to go. I launched my company 6 weeks after joining. It was kind of ridiculous how quickly to learn something completely new from scratch. I had absolutely no background in online marketing whatsoever. But I learned it all pretty quickly. Another thing was the cost. Well, I can't afford it. Well, how badly do you want this, Shin? And I would challenge you on that. If you were to have any chance of setting up a bricks and mortar business on land, like a physical business, what's that going to look like? You're going to need a storefront, you're going to need stock, you're going to need employees, you're going to need insurance, you're going to need a business license, and a whole other mishmash of things that are going to cost you, if not tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands to set up, and that's the reality of it. Versus what this space looks like, it's a no-brainer. And I can tell you, until I started generating revenue, which was, I launched my company 6 weeks in, 8 weeks in, I started generating revenue. I did all of that, everything, for less than 500 US dollars. Less, actually quite a bit less. I mean, that's ridiculous. Within 2 months, within a month, I'd made that back, less than a month, because I started generating revenue. My profit on the second month was 4 times what I made on the first month. I mean, you're talking peanuts in the longer term. Now, don't get me wrong, I know $500 is a lot of money, especially in today's climate. But think of the longer term game. I mean, how badly do you want this, and what are you willing to do to get to that point? And you know, I can say hands down, it was a no-brainer, and that included my joining fee for the UGA, my monthly subscription. I bought a tiny bit. I bought a tripod that I use for my videos. I kept things real simple. You don't need to go out and hire an office. I have office space. I have staff. I'm actually not an entrepreneur. I'm a solopreneur, and a solopreneur is different because you don't have any employees. I am my own employee. I'm my boss and I'm my employee. I don't have any overheads. Absolutely zero overheads. So it's a complete mindset shift in changing from the things that we traditionally think about that hold us back, right? To flipping that and saying, this is the space to dare to do things differently. And the key to that is to put yourself in the right space to learn. You can't start doing this without learning. You just can't. And that was the key. And I knew getting into the space of the UGA, Ultimate Growth Academy, I knew hands down that was the place to learn. You know, Mal and James have taught me so much. And I'm here. It's April, middle of April. We're profitable. I mean, every month our company has just grown and grown and grown. April has been our strongest month, and it's still only the middle of April. So I'm here to tell you it works, but ultimately you have to get to that point, and you have to make that decision. So what's holding you back? You know, if you want it bad enough, you'll figure out a way to make the time, to find the money, to push through any fears you have. Fear in your own ability. You know, another big thing for me was that I really didn't know much about computers. And I was afraid of the whole website thing and being online and you know, being in social media. Let me tell you, there is nothing to be afraid of. Mal and James have you covered. The website, it's super easy. It's drag and drop. You have a whole support structure there for your website. You're going to have me as your referral partner that I can help you out with that as well. So, you know, I would say to you, whatever's holding you back, push through it. Simple as that. Push through it. Come into our space and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. So I hope you found some value in this. As always, reach out anytime if you have any questions. For sure you have my WhatsApp number by now. Reach out to me on email. And let's do this. Let's get you started on your journey, and I look forward to welcome you in really, really soon. Have a great rest of your day ahead, and thanks for watching.